In this video, we're talking the good, bad, and ugly of Airbnb. I've had all kinds of experiences, from great to mediocre to pretty bad to terrible. And I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about that. Have you ever had an experience at Airbnb that was forgettable? Let me know in the comments. I'd like to hear about it. Just checked into this one and it is beautiful inside. I'm gonna take you inside and show it to you. Whoever bought this and remodeled it did a hell of a job. I mean, this is the type of place that I want to see when I walk into. The way that they have it furnished, the beds, everything, just how clean it is. It's just spotless, perfect. I'm in St. Helens, Michigan, which is near Houghton Lake. Houghton Lake is a huge lake in mid-Michigan. A lot of people come up here. People like to go up north of Michigan just to hang out. This one's about 220 bucks a night for 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, just the whole house to yourself. So let's check this one out, and then I'm going to show you my not that good, pretty bad experience I had in Cartagena, Colombia, with a situation, not necessarily the room, but the situation that I was not apprised of. And then I'm going to tell you guys about the last one, a situation that happened in Thailand that I ended up not even staying at the place because of how it went down. So let's get into it. I'll show you this one first. In and I was like, wow, looks like they got all new furniture. I really like the furnishings here. I mean, just so comfortable, isn't it? I mean, it just looks like my house. Looks like actually nicer than my house. I mean, my house is okay, it's nice, but they furnish this a little better than I do. I should have their interior decorator come and take care of my stuff. But get this little back area here, a washer and dryer, which is nice. And right outside here, they get a little fire pit, some seating, a little shed. And it's 2 bedrooms. You got the bathroom right in between. Oh, skylight. Nice. Bedroom number 1. And both bedrooms have TVs mounted up on the wall. And bedroom number 2. This is where I'm gonna sleep. Next up is a semi-nightmare. Not my worst experience. I'll tell you about the worst experience at the end, but this one was pretty bad. Pretty bad. Some things happened that I wasn't prepared for. Let's head to Cartagena, Colombia, and I'll show you my Airbnb experience that wasn't that great. Prices range on Airbnb here. Some of these hotels are $150, $200 a night US. Oh, look at this, is pretty sweet. Check that out. It's not bad. And Airbnbs were just all kinds of different prices. I got a moderate place. I think I'm paying I don't know, maybe $40 a day. Hola from Colombia. I just arrived in Cartagena. I'm gonna give you guys a quick apartment tour and talk to you guys a little bit about the good, bad, and ugly of traveling. Just let you know a few things that happened here on this trip. So I'll get started with a quick tour of this apartment I just got into. It's an Airbnb. So there's a little door going to the outside. There's a little closet in here. This is the bed. There's Wi-Fi in here. She gave me the Wi-Fi code. It's a little dark in the room, and I'm gonna explain why that is here in a second. TV, there's AC. As you can hear, that's not on. We'll talk about that too. So I'm just gonna head out. Kitchen, Let's see, a little dark to see, but I think you can get the gist. The bathroom you won't be able to see right now. Let's head out and look at the area and I'll tell you what happened. Apparently there's all kinds of units here. There's a guy that checks you in. We'll start with the good news, is that I contacted the host and she let me check in early. So instead of 3 o'clock check-in, I was able to check in at 10, which is great because I was able to put all my stuff in the room and I don't got to lug that stuff around with me. The bad news is the electricity's out, which means the Wi-Fi is out and the air conditioning is out. And it's about 95 here. But the good news is that it should be back on at 5 o'clock. I'm staying in the walled city of Cartagena. This is the old city. And maybe it's back this way. I wanted to show you guys what they're working on here with the electricity, which I'm a little concerned that it may not be back on at 5 o'clock, to tell you the truth. Took a quick look. And I'll go out and walk around the walled city for just a few minutes. Give a more extensive tour later. So there is the electrical room. No clue where I'm going. No clue if I'll be able to find this place again. Everything looks alike here. This is what they're replacing apparently. Oh, it looks like separate meter systems for each room. So that Airbnb in Colombia was kind of crazy. When I walked over and saw that like electrician room or electric room, whatever you would call it, initially there was wires everywhere. Well, it didn't get any better that day for me, and it all just spiraled from the power being out. So when I arrived there, like I said, there was no power in the room. So I was not able to charge my phone. I was not able to charge my camera. I had been traveling all day. I flew there. And so everything's about to die. So as I'm out and about that day, and instead of you guys looking at me, I'll just show you some of the scenery from Cartagena. It's a very, very colorful city. Pretty cool place. So I'm out wandering around the streets of Cartagena. My phone's about to die. My camera's about to die. And guess what? Everything died. So I was out and about. I went to a coffee shop. I hung out. I met some people. I went to a market with them. Just hung out all day. We ended up going out for dinner that night. And then I'm going home to my condo, my Airbnb in Cartagena. Well, I never had a chance to like put a thumbnail or whatever you call that in my phone where the condo was. I couldn't even get on my phone to look at my reservation to see where the condo was. I thought I remembered where it was. Well, everything looks the same there. And when you're in that walled city and it's at night and all these condos kind of look the same and you think you know where you're going, but you don't know exactly where you're going, it's not that easy. So I literally, after I got done with everything and after I sweated my ass off all day, like I said, it was between like 95 and 100 degrees. I'm wandering all over looking for this Airbnb. And I literally wandered around for 2 hours trying to find my Airbnb. Finally, I look around and things start looking familiar and I found the place. But I mean, what a waste of time. That really just pissed me off. So I'm back to my room and I'm thinking, okay, great. This sucked. Power was back on. It was nighttime. I took a shower, relaxed, go to sleep. Well, guess what? The next day, 9 o'clock in the morning, boom, the power goes out again. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I go down and check with these guys, and they're like, oh, yeah, we'll be here working all week. Every day between 9 and 5, there's not going to be any power here. So at least my stuff was charged up the next day. I was able to go, hang out, do things. And for the rest of the trip, I wasn't there during those hours. I didn't get too mad, whatever. I didn't try to get a refund. I didn't do anything. It just was kind of a crappy circumstance, and these people didn't give me any warning that this was going to happen, but I didn't do too much about it. But let's go on to my worst experience, which was not an experience at all because I never actually stayed at the place. But what happened is I booked a 1-month Airbnb in Koh Samui. I'm supposed to be able to get the room at a certain time. I think it was 3 o'clock. And I had a motorbike I rented. And I had a bunch of shit, a big suitcase. So I have to call a taxi. I was dealing with the same taxi guy the whole time I was there. And he came by. I put all my luggage in his taxi, and he followed me over to this Airbnb. It was a condo, nice pool, nice complex. Pull in, a taxi guy follows me in, and I'm like, wow, this is gonna be nice pool. I'm gonna be hanging out here for a month. And I go to the room, do the code. The room's a disaster. They never cleaned it. The bed's unmade. It's dirty. It's a huge mess. So I go through Airbnb. I call the guy, and he's like, oh, I had a problem with my cleaning service. They're going to be there, though. They're going to be there at 5 o'clock. Don't worry. No problem. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll come back at 6. So while I'm corresponding with him, he wants to correspond with me like through the phone, through this and that. But tip of advice here, do everything through the app. Do everything through Airbnb so there's a paper trail. So I show up back there. I came a little early, like 5:45. Nothing. The maid still never came. The room's still a mess. So I'm like, I told the guy, I go, cancel it, refund my money. I'm not playing these games. I'm not dealing with this. And I sent the message to Airbnb, and it didn't take too long for me to get a refund. I ended up just going to a hotel. Then I found a bungalow actually right by the beach, and it had a nice pool. And the point of this video is it's not Airbnb's fault. You know, every host, it's up to them to keep their stuff in order. And of course, I probably gave a bad review about that one. I don't think I gave a bad review to Cartagena because they couldn't really control that. It was the building. But this guy in Thailand, he didn't clean his place, and that's on him. He should have had that done. So he got a bad review. I got my money back. No ill will towards Airbnb. I've had some great Airbnbs. One time I had a great Airbnb experience. It was probably the best one I ever had, and it was in Chiang Mai. I'll put a little tag up here for that video. And as we close this video out, if you don't mind subscribing, liking the video, I'd appreciate it. And check out this other video right up here. This is the place that I stayed at after I didn't stay at the condo in Koh Samui. I stayed at these little beach bungalows right on the water, and this place was amazing. So check out this video. See you guys in the next video. Greeny out.